Please read the disclaimer. Oh ho 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 ho. Such nostalgia. I feel like it's running. Limit FPS is on. Feels like it's running really, really fast. That music seems really fast. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue, but okay. Welcome! I'm Bio, and today we're looking at another Bio Classics. This time around it is Pokemon Snap. This is definitely a classic game for me. Now, you may have be wondering if you watched the previous Bio Classics, which was based around Batman for the original Game Boy. I said that I didn't want to include any of the Pokemon games on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color because I played pretty much all of them. You know, all the main games, main series games. And I feel like they are like they hold a special place for everyone, generally speaking, who's a Pokemon fan. But when it comes to the N64, there's a little bit more variety, and there isn't a main series Pokemon game on the N64. And he never really got a main series Pokemon game on home systems anyway. But it's not like the GameCube where you have Pokemon Colosseum or XD Gale of Darkness, another two games that hold true to my heart. So I thought it would be fair to include some Pokemon games for the Bio Classics. There will be two as we move on to, obviously we're looking at N64 games now, and I think there's like 5 or 6 games for the N64 that I consider to be classics to me. 2 of them are Pokemon games, so I've got one at the beginning and one at the end for the N64. Starting off with Pokemon Snap. Developed by HAL Labs, published by Nintendo, and released in June 1999. It's definitely different. You got to admit, there isn't really many games back then that were photography games, as you could say, I guess. There really wasn't many games like that. But here we have one of them, Pokemon Snap. Now, it seems like the music's a little bit kind of, which is unfortunate. Let's have a look at the audio plugin. It seems like it's going to have to be like that. Unfortunate. But it's been a long time. I still have my original copy of Pokemon Snap, but it's been a very long time since I played the game. Very long time. So after... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Just have to see how we get on. Welcome!
Hello there!
Welcome! If you play Pokemon Snap when you were a kid, everyone was like, Professor Oak is like, oh, hello there, welcome. Nice shot. I can't remember. All I remember from literally is the quote that stuck with me that Professor Oak says in these games is welcome. It's terrible, isn't it? So the whole synopsis of the game is you play as Snap, who is a character who appeared in the original Pokemon anime, the Indigo League one. He might have appeared once in Orange Islands, who knows? But I don't remember him appearing in any other Pokemon series. Maybe I haven't watched them all, so I couldn't say. But he was a character that appeared every now and then in the original Pokemon anime. And the dude gets his own game. Fuck Tracy, am I right? Who cares about Tracy? Fuck that boy. He don't get his own game. But Snap does. And but yeah, you play as him as he goes around taking pictures of Pokemon, and that is literally the name of the game. You get put into this little pod thing, this little like car thing. I don't know what you want to call it. And you go along on a track taking pictures of Pokemon along the way. Professor, you then take your pictures back to the lab. You have a limited amount of film you can use, and Professor Oak gives him a rating basically and says, "Oh, that's it. Good pitch, nice shot, good shot," or whatever he says. So but we're on Pokemon Island, believe it or not. It was just called Pokemon Island back then. Obviously, if you're thinking, oh, you're doing this because the new Pokemon Snap just came out. No, I was planning to go to N64 next, and then I saw new Pokemon Snaps coming out. Am I gonna get it? Maybe at some point. Even though this game holds true to me, I've seen the new one, and I'm like, like the game looks functionally fine, but I can't get over how terrible the graphics are for Pokemon games nowadays. They are fucking terrible. And yeah, okay, graphics aren't everything, but fuck me, they look grotesque. Not like passable, they look grotesque. When fucking you look at Pokemon Coliseum, and Pokemon Coliseum has better graphics. Oh, but no, they don't. Pokemon Coliseum doesn't. No, Pokemon Coliseum has better graphics because it fits. The style, the presentation, everything. It fits for the Nintendo GameCube. When you look at graphics for some of the more recent Pokemon games like Sword and Shield or New Pokemon Snap or even fucking Pokemon Arceus Legends, there's no excuse. When Nintendo can create something like Breath of the Wild and yet fails, look at think of how the visual. Let's take the word graphics and fucking shove it in the bin. Let's go with visual. I don't know, fucking visual style. Let's go with that. When you have the visual style that Breath of the Wild has, and you think, wow, that visual style is really, really nice, and it is. Look at the fucking other Zelda like HD remakes they did. Look at Wind Waker. Wind Waker looks fucking lovely. Look at Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess looks fucking lovely. And yet when you look at Pokemon games, they look like shit. Graphically, they look like shit. The most recent good-looking Pokemon game that I remember seeing and playing are Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, and they're not even developed by Game Freak. I'm 100% certain Niantic developed those games, and Game Freak was just there to go, yeah, we made them. Even though they didn't. Because it doesn't say developed by Game Freak when the game starts up. It says presented by Game Freak. Like, another one, Pokken Tournament. It's not developed by Game Freak. It looks really, really good. Again, it seems like any Pokemon game that isn't developed by Game Freak or, doesn't have Game Freak be right up their ass of whoever's developing it. Don't stop giving it to indie developers as well. I swear like half of these Pokemon games are just given to indie developers and then the game looks like shit. Like New Pokemon Snap. It's a game about taking pictures of Pokemon. I know, yeah, let's go through this as I go on my rant about New Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap, right? No, thank you. I don't need to repeat the information. New Pokemon Snap. You're taking pictures of Pokemon. Like, in my opinion, this game, this Pokemon Snap for the N64, visually is unbelievable for the N64. It looks really, really good for the N64. It really does, in my opinion. So, taking pictures of Pokemon looks really nice and it feels nice. When you're playing something like New Pokemon Snap, you're taking pictures of Pokemon, and that being the key selling point of the game. You want the game to look visually really nice. So when it doesn't visually look really nice, it kind of doesn't make you want to play the game. It doesn't want to make you, a game where you take pictures of Pokemon where the graphics look like shit. Again, I have to use like the term graphics. Where the visual style, the visual design looks grotesque. It's just, go away. You know what I mean? Go away. Most of the time, it's like most Pokemon games nowadays, the Pokemon look nice. And even the models look okay for the characters, the NPCs. But it's the world that looks like shit. A perfect example is One Piece Unlimited World Red. Play One Piece Unlimited World Red. The characters, Luffy and all of the characters in there, they look beautiful. They look great. But then the world looks like shit. The fucking visual design for the world is horrible. Like, you look at trees, you look at the ground, you look at the ocean, it looks like shit. Why? It's that stark contrast makes the game, in my opinion, so like hard to play because you're constantly reminded of how unbelievably horrific that looks. But it might be just a me problem, you know. But I like to think that I'm not the only person that thinks this. Like to me, this was like look at the graphics here. To me, this was amazing. Oh God. Or it's Z. I forget what is Z. Oh. Okay, that is. Huh? It's not like it's maybe it's because I don't. It's not exactly easy to control this, by the way. What the fuck? Right, what is going on with this game? I'm confused what's going on with this. Yeah, Meowth indeed. Like I didn't feel like my film was going down and none of the Pokemon are registering. Maybe it's just this game doesn't really work on an emulator very well. Alright, there's going to be a Pokemon that shoots out of here. It's Meowth being chased by... Oh no. So it is going down. You throw an apple in there and a Scyther jumps out, I think. Or one of those little puffball things. Pokemon come out on there, Pikachu's or something. I'm going to be very curious what Professor Oak says when we finish. Oh look, there's Lapras doing something. I know where most of the Pokemon are. It's going to be... Here we go. It's hard to say because I normally it would come up with question mark with if it doesn't know what that is, but it's not even that's not even happening. There's Lapras again as it's going down. We've got loads of film left. We're almost at the end of the thing. I like this, but it's I don't feel like it's working as intended in the emulator, unfortunately, the game, which is a massive disappointment for me. But what can I do? I don't feel like it's really doing anything. There we go, we're going to be over. I'm very curious to see what Professor Oak says. Because, like, in the original game, if you snap a Pokemon you haven't snapped before, it will come up with question marks, and then Professor Oak will identify it for you. So we ended up taking... What the fuck? These look... These pictures. What the fuck do these pictures... Oh god, this does not look good. Yeah, this game is not running in this emulator as intended. Oh, that's so disappointing. It doesn't, like... A picture of Eevee.
Yes.
So disappointing.
Wonderful.
Alright. So even though I can't see the pictures, at least we're getting...
Wonderful.
Alright. Wonderful! It is...
Wonderful.
It is unfortunate.
Wonderful.
But I seem to be, even though I was struggling with the pictures there a little bit.
You were close.
You were close? You were close!
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Relaxed pose.
Wonderful. You were close.
Yeah, it's because it's back.
Wait.
Return to the lab. We'll probably unlock the next course, actually. Taken by you. Save the pictures in the Pokemon report. Good luck. There we go. It's created the Pokemon report. And that will have where the pictures are, I guess? I don't know. Oh, okay. I feel like this game doesn't really run as well, which is really unfortunate because I have played a game with. I'm playing this in Project 64, if you're wondering. I've played a game in this before, and it's been okay. Like I played the Castlevania games in here, and they were fine. It's kind of unfortunate, you know. Looking forward to playing Pokemon Snap, and then it's not working in the emulator like it should. It's kind of disappointing, but what can you do? Really? There's only so much you can do. But it is what it is. I think it's not gonna work there. It's unfortunate, but it was nice to have a little go on Pokemon Snap. It's been a long time. Kind of feel like if I wanted to play it again, I'd be better off dusting off the old Nintendo 64 and playing it that way because it might be because I have a slightly older version of Project 64. Maybe that's the reason why. But it's kind of unfortunate how it doesn't run as well or as intended. But even though I still stand by the statement, visually the game looks lovely. The game looks brilliant. You got to remember, like this was one of the first instances of us having 3D Pokemon. So it was a big thing. So before I come off, just give me 2 seconds. I want you should be able to look it up, but I'm just going to show you. There we go. I wanted to show you. They're not lined up perfectly, but here we go. Here's 4 images from the new Pokemon Snap. This just not good. It's just not good. Like you may say the top left one looks a bit pretty, but the water effects are at least decent. But look at the rocks. Like the sky's okay, the water effect is reasonable. It's not brilliant, but they're going for a visual design which I think's just stupid. Have it look real anime-esque, because that's what Pokemon is. No, it's real anime-esque, and it always has been. Even like the DS games and the GBA games are anime-like. Just embrace it. Instead, they go for this like semi-realism kind of approach, and it just doesn't look good. Like, look at the picture with Pichu and I don't know the name of the bunny Pokemon because it's not that I don't. I do. I watch. I do watch Pokemon Journeys or new Pokemon, but I don't remember. They say the Japanese names, and I don't remember all the names or all the more like. There's so many Pokemon now, I can't remember them all. I obviously, if you're looking at the Gen 1 and Gen 2 and even some Gen 3, I'm reasonable because that's where I enjoyed the series the most. It's not that I don't like the newer gens. It's just that as you get older, you don't pay as much attention. But look at the picture with Pichu and the bunny Pokemon. It's just look at it. Look at the texture for that log. Look at the texture for the ground. Look at the texture for the grass. Look at how it's presented. It's horrible. Like the Pokemon looks semi-decent, but the environment looks horrible. Look at the bottom left. Picture with Doduo and Doduo. That's Dotrio. Dotrio and the evolution of Tauros and I think there's another multiple butterfly Pokemon. It just doesn't look good. Look at the bottom right with Dotrio and Torudame or something. I can't remember the tortoise Pokemon, the third evolution for the grass type Pokemon that you can get from Gen 5. I think, if my memory serves me correct. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, and yet people are excited for this. I don't understand. Like, visually speaking, the first Pokemon Snap was much more breathtaking. I don't want to use a Keanu Reeves quote like that, but it was. Seeing Pokemon in 3D for the first time, pretty much. I know there's Stadium as well, but obviously we'll get to Stadium. But seriously, can they not? Can they please just go with a more simplistic but much more visually striking graphic design instead of going for this semi-realistic approach and it having look half baked? having it look, in some cases, just god awful. When I use the term atrocious, I use I don't like using the term atrocious often, but damn, really? Oof. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want. As a kid, you wanted to print off those. They had those Pokemon Snap kiosks. I didn't really have that in the UK. There might have been a few here and there, but in the UK, I didn't really have them. I would have loved to be able to have some of my pictures, like even now, frame them on the wall. It's just nice. But these, why would I want any of these? They don't look that nice at all. It's just like there's a striking contrast in the visuals that really can't be forgiven. I don't understand why people look at this and they think it's acceptable. It's not. Nintendo's a triple A company that's developing indie games, in my opinion, and people let them get away with it. It's fucking disgusting. At least that's my stance on it. That's my viewpoint. I love Nintendo as much as any Nintendo fan, but seriously, they love fucking you, don't they? They love fucking the average Nintendo fan. They love to fucking lube you up. Sometimes not even lube you up and just fuck you. Anyway, I've been Bio. Um, I'm sorry the game wasn't as ran as well as I hoped it would, but yeah, it was nice having another look at Pokemon Snap. Even though I would have loved to have a longer look at it, but yeah. See you later.